Thank you so much for joining us today on this beautiful Friday. I am Brianna with Sierra Club Iowa chapter for our weekly Lunch and Learns. Every Friday at noon, we go live with an environmentally focused topic, and today we are discussing black bears in Iowa. So let's climb into it. All right, so we'll go over a little bit of history. Something that surprises people is black bears are actually native to Iowa, and they were once um, quite had an abundant population. Um, they especially heavy in forested areas, but by the early 1800s, black bears were eliminated from the state. This extirpation or local extinction was largely due to westward expansion, habitat loss, and unregulated hunting. Because they disappeared so early in our history, black bears really were never included in Iowa's list of fur bearer species, and as a result, they currently have no legal protection in the state. So that means there's no hunting season, but also there's no formal safeguards. And so that's why their recent return raises important questions about how we can and should approach conservation and coexisting moving forward. All right. And so in recent years, Iowa has seen about 2 to 5 black bear sightings each year. And there is about three that are believed to be overwintering in the state, which means that they're staying through the colder months and not just passing through. These bears are typically non-aggressive and are simply moving through the area in search of food or mates. But this pattern of overwintering could be an early sign that a reproducing pair might not be too far off. So, potentially leading to a small resident population in the future, which would be really cool. And so activity tends to peak in May, late May to June, which is their breeding season. During this time, it's mostly young male black bears dispersing from nearby states like Minnesota and Wisconsin. But the increasing sightings, especially in the Northeast Iowa area, the DNR has started taking proactive steps. They've met with city, county officials from Winneshiek, Alameda County, Clayton, Fayette, and Dubuque counties to share guidance and begin discussion on how communities can prepare for safely coexisting with the return of the black bear in those areas. And so, just to go a little bit more into their behavior, black bears are shy, non-territorial animals. They generally try to avoid human interaction. They're not aggressive unless they're provoked, and they tend to roam widely rather than defend a specific area. And as omnivores, their diet includes everything from berries to nuts to insects to small mammals, making them highly adaptable foragers. And it's really important to note that black bears are actually considered a keystone species. And so even though they aren't the most abundant animal, they do have a major impact on our ecosystem. And their foraging behaviors really help disperse seeds and cycle nutrients, which boosts plant diversity. They also play a large role in regulating prey populations, which shape entire plant and animal communities and support overall biodiversity. And so each winter, black bears go into hibernation to conserve energy during those colder months, especially when food is scarce. This can last anywhere from 3 to 6 months, just depending on the temperatures. And they typically make dens in hollow logs, tree cavities, under root masses, or sometimes even in rock crevices. Um, and something that I found really interesting is a capstone project by students at Drake University modeled suitable black bear habitat in Northeast Iowa, and um, they found that the region's large and continuous tract of forest could support up to 1,100 black bears. So, showing that habitat is there should bears return more regularly. So that's really cool to know. And right now, black bears in Iowa are classified as non-game wildlife and are not listed as fur bear species. So what does that mean exactly? It means that there is no hunting season for them, but there's also no formal protections. So, without designations, the state has limited authority to manage or protect black bears, even as sightings increase. And that's why over the past 5 years, we've seen some more attempts to pass legislation that would give Iowa DNR the ability to formally recognize and manage black bears. These bills aim to put basic protections in place and lay the groundwork for management plans. And so, with those protections, black bears would initially be under a closed hunting season, so no hunting allowed. But as the population becomes more stable and predictable, the Natural Resource Commission could step in and create a sustainable hunting season based on the bear's behavior, climate, and population data. So, the big picture here is about being proactive. The bears are coming back on their own, and now is the time to decide how we want to coexist with them responsibly. So, what can we do? How can we support black bear conservation in Iowa? The first step and the most impactful action is to contact your legislator. Let them know that you support proactive legislation and science-based management for black bears. These policy decisions often rely on public input, and your voice matters. We'll put links in the chat so you can easily find your legislature and the legislators and their contact info. Um, and a few other things, it's crucial that we all do our part to help keep black bears wild. That means securing things like trash cans, bird feeders, pet food, anything that could really attract bears or make them associate food with people. And by respecting wildlife, giving bears their space, if you encounter one, don't approach them or try to feed them. Most bears are just passing through and will move on if undisturbed. Also, public outreach is huge. Sharing what you've learned here today with your neighbors, friends, classroom, because awareness is really key in coexisting. You know, people are usually afraid of things that they don't understand or don't know a lot about. And so making them kind of understand bear behavior and kind of what is going on with them currently is really important for people to know. So. And finally, this is a big one also. Um, if you see a bear, obviously report it to the DNR. This data helps wildlife officials track bear movement and make informed decisions about how to manage and prepare for their return. And so, with that, there's some sources, but we will check the chat quick here for some questions. All right, we do have one. How many bear sightings are there each year in Iowa? Yeah, so usually there's anywhere from about 2 to 5. But again, there is a few that are overwintering. So we might be seeing an uptick in them over the last, I think, I want to say the last like 10-ish years, there's been a total of about 46 sightings, so maybe a few more. So it's really exciting to see that there's becoming more that black bears are coming back and on their own. You know, there hasn't been a lot of work from us to really bring them back other than maybe some habitat changes. And so up in Northeast Iowa, keep your eyes out. You never know what you might see. But with that, I'll let you guys get back to luncheon. Join us again next week. We got another fun topic lined up. And again, thank you for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.